WinCNC. Okay, probably ought to go over some of this stuff here. Where to start? Well, let's just do something basic. These are going to be all your files. Let's just bring in, anyway, when you first start up WinCNC, anytime you exit out, you gotta run a home. That's gonna go and touch off at your soft limits. Basically, it just starts it over in the same spot every time in the bottom left corner here of the table. It gets moving right now. What we've done, we went and put in a laser in, and you'll just have to turn the laser on at the machine there at the torch head, and then get it centered wherever you want. And then when you get done, laser 0 works pretty decent. But let me let this finish going here. A lot of this, you can probably figure out by yourself. I'm going to show you some of the other things that come in handy that you might not know about. Come on. It's getting there. It's getting there. I would like to change the colors of this stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Okay, now we're there. Anyway, yeah, this is all your stuff here for your metals. But what I was going to show you guys is, I don't know if we need to bring it. Let me bring in a file. Right click. You right click this. Actually, right click and hold shift. It'll bring you all the way back out. We're just going to set a random spot here. And I'm not using the laser, so just 0 that spot. There's our image. You can run a simulate. You can run a simulate on it, or this is my view. Yeah, there's a simulate too. If you go and simulate this thing, it just gives you a bunch of details about it. Yada yada yada. Total time. This time is not that accurate. I would not go by it. But anyway, what I was going to show you guys is the first thing is this. So let's say I got my spot here, okay? And maybe I'm halfway through cutting this, and somebody comes and says, "Well, I need this," and then that bumps me over here. But I need to come back to my spot. So like what I'll do is, like right now I'm gonna go. If I want to go back to my spot, all you gotta do is type in Y0 X0, right back to your spot. Okay. Now my machine's not on, but we're gonna complete it. We're gonna run this if it'll let us. Okay. So we're here. It's going to be important to keep, this might be line 300, 200, 100, I don't know, whatever you stop at, that's what your line is going to be, okay? So you need to remember that, which it'll be in this menu for a little ways. But for this one, we're at 6, all right? So let's say we're at 6. Oh, yeah, let's say we're at 6. And you want your spot here. So what you need to do is go up here and hit edit, hit get position for it, and then just hit OK. So you got your position. So let's go up here. We're going to go up. Ooh, you know what? I did this wrong. But I'm alright still. Y0, X0. We need to save this spot. Get position for this. Okay, now let's go over here to some random. Alright, we're going to plot that down. Boom. Random spot, new image. AR-15, whatever. Okay, so we're in a totally different spot now. Our image is gone. Here's what you got to do. Once you're done with this, you just need to go back to your edit and just hit your whatever you saved it under. Hit go to. Zero that. Now go back and open your chief sign. And then what you're going to want to do is you can hit start. I'm going to this. This is the right line for me because it's 6, but just hit your restart or hit go, and then you might have to stop it. You might have to restart. Come up here to say line, whatever line that you stopped it at. Yeah, whatever line you stopped it at there. But yeah, you can go and save your positions for sure, and it'll help you a lot when you go to restart and have to do things like that. That one is not so difficult, but the reason I kind of made this video is to show you this. So a lot of times you'll have a, let's see if I can find one, something about a flange or something. Here's a flange floating. Flange feet, I don't know what the heck that is. I'm trying to find something with some circles in here. Hexagon grid. Of course, I'm not finding a flange. Well, you can just do these. Let's just do a plate. Okay, so these plates. A lot of times these are bolts go through these, and pipe goes through here, and so they got to be pretty close. So you want your holes to be pretty decent, but you know you got this many plates. You're also trying to go as fast as you can. So what you can do is go in and type in WINCNC.ini. Okay, just type that in and go up here to edit. Now there's a bunch of things you could change in here. If you want to get into it, you can, but what I do is I'll go for this, the arc settings. Normally this arc setting will start out at about 70 or so, I think. I run it at about 45. You can bump it down as low as you want, but what it does is it slows down just for arcs, pretty much your circles. Like, so whenever you do a circle, it's going to slow down just for the circles. And when it goes back to a straight, it takes off at the same speed that you got it set at. But it's pretty useful to get your holes really trued up. 8. Get your holes really trued up, and you need to go and save it. And I'm not going to save this one, but after you're done saving it, if you forget, sometimes you'll forget and you'll be starting, so you have to go save it. So you need to combine whatever I just showed you with this edit and get your position, because you have to go bring your stuff all the way over, bring it all the way left, all the way up, and you actually have to shut the program down after you make a change, even though you saved it, and you have to reopen it, and you'll rehome it. But yeah, so like the combination of those two things will help you out on circles. Like I said, don't forget to save your spot wherever, and then remember your line number, and go and change your auto arc feed is what it is. And it's pretty useful, because a lot of times you just need the circles to slow down, just to make sure your holes are true. Sometimes the rest of it ain't that big a deal, but yep, the combination of those two is a fairly used thing.